Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday, August 22nd. Sounds weird saying Tuesday and it's
It
Live
sure
Chatz
does.
Day. But Maggie and Bunny went on an adventure yesterday, so we weren't here.
No.
So today is Tuesday, August 22nd for Live Chatz.
Yeah.
I'm Maggie.
And I'm Bunny.
Today we're going to talk about stepping out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And just as per the norm of what we usually do, we're going to talk about personal experience, stepping out of that comfort zone. Maggie did a thing. Last time Maggie did a thing, she got married. I did not get married yesterday. No, I did not. But anybody who knows me knows that I don't like driving at nighttime. Well, pretty much I don't like driving at all. But I definitely don't like driving at nighttime, and I don't like driving places that I don't know where I'm going. And I stepped outside of my comfort zone and did that yesterday. Not only did I drive to Lilydale, the USA, I drove back at nighttime because we wanted to go to something that was happening from 7 to 8 o'clock at night. And since we can't control when the sun sets, we had to drive home in the dark. But just so you all know who are listening today, I survived stepping out of my comfort zone. But along with that surviving stepping out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't be authentic to you if I didn't tell you that it caused me some difficulty. On the weekend before our event, Bunny can attest to the fact that Maggie had some anxiety. I was having anxiety about the driving. I was having anxiety about the event. I was having anxiety about planning it because it's not just the driving. I don't normally go places with people I don't know.
Yep.
And I don't normally go where I feel uncomfortable. But Spirit told me to say, hey, who wants to go to Lilydale? And I did. And people said yes. And then next thing you know, it's planned. And you're going to yourself, what did you do? Because then our ego steps in. When we're urged to do something out of our comfort zone, 100% of the time our ego steps in and says, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you today, no, you're not crazy. You're allowed your emotions while you're doing it, but you should still do it. Because beautiful things sometimes are on the other side of that comfort zone. What do you think about that, Bunny?
Well, of course, it's funny because like not always when we do these topics is it related to the same event or the same experience, but in this case it is. It's exactly that. So when you put out the call out on your Facebook page and said, who wants to go to Lilydale? Who wants to take a trip to Lilydale? I immediately said, pick me. And then all of a sudden you said, we're going on August 21st. Here's a messenger group in Facebook where we're all going to talk about it. And all of a sudden my brain went, oh no, what did you do? So I've been having time where I've been isolating and keeping to myself because I've been having a cup that felt more like a colander. And so I've been kind of to protect myself and to protect what energy I had been keeping to myself a lot. And this was definitely, now I was putting myself into a space where, again, we were driving to the States, to the US, from Canada, for people who don't know that we're in Canada. And so we're driving to the US, which is not like fully comfortable for me either. I don't really know my way around there either. And I was meeting somebody for the first time that was going to be in the car with us. And so all of those came out too, that, I didn't know what was going to happen. We were going to a place where I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what the experience was going to be. And even I know physically I'm not as in shape as I used to be. And I knew there would be a lot of walking. And so what things would I be able to do? What I didn't want to keep people back. So there was all of those things that started going around in my head as well. And so the same types in a little bit different, but the same types of anxieties started to creep up too. Was I going to be in the way? Were people going to, not have a good time because they were going to accommodate me? All of those kind of things started showing up. And that was the total opposite experience than what I actually had. And that is the most interesting thing to me whenever I do have an anxiety thing come up when I put myself out of my comfort zone, is the fact that it never matches to the same thing. Like 99% of the time is nowhere near the same thing.
Right. Most of the time, our worries
Mm-hmm.
and our monkey mind that plays this story over and over to us, it plays a story that isn't true.
Yeah.
It tells us things that we believe
Mm-hmm.
that we're not fact checking.
Right. For sure.
Like, it's kind of weird to think that we have to fact check ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because our monkey mind, our ego mind, doesn't always tell the truth. It tells some version of the truth.
Yeah.
Or some version of a pre-existing wound, some version of expectations, not necessarily the 100% truth. The 100% truth of our adventure yesterday was we didn't know what was going to happen.
No. Yeah.
There was every bit as much of a chance that we would love it and have a great day, which we did.
Yeah.
There was every bit as much chance of that as there was of any negative thing that would come into our head.
Yeah.
But did we play a record over and over for that anxiety of all the good things that have come out of that day, that could have come out of that day? No.
Right.
We did not.
No, mine was
Anxiety,
worst case scenario was mine over and over and over again.
Yeah. Mine is, well, yeah, I'm going to get a car accident. I'm going to be stuck in the States in a car accident and going to have to get transported home and airlifted home. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? And you sit with that anxiety and it grows and grows and grows if we allow it.
Right.
Anxiety happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How it happens is different. How we respond to it is different.
Right.
And how we learn from it is most important.
Mm-hmm.
So for me yesterday, what I learned is I have a choice. And I didn't want to let anxiety win.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if I had canceled this event because I had anxiety about it, anxiety wins.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give anxiety that power over me, because I knew if I let anxiety win yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been bigger the next time.
Yep.
And it would have then been telling me a story of, oh, remember when that happened?
Right.
And I didn't want that. So now the next time I have anxiety about going to the States or going away with people I don't know very well, or going to an event that I don't know how it's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
I can remind myself, remember when you went to Lilydale
Yeah.
and you drove in the dark, you didn't know your way, you took wrong turns,
Yeah.
you got off the highway to go pee and then had to
use all the back
you didn't know where it was because the GPS wasn't telling you the right way to get back to the highway. It didn't want you to. And you ended up on a wonderful adventure going through all these little towns. I'm going to remind myself of that.
Right.
That nothing bad happened.
No. You're going to fact check yourself. You're going to fact check yourself.
I'm going to fact check myself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our reminder for any time something comes up that causes us anxiety, sometimes even wounds, we need to fact check and say, is this telling me the truth or a trigger? I was triggered big time yesterday at Lilydale. Something that I thought was healed kept coming up at me and kept coming up at me. And I'm not going to go into the how or the why, but it came up enough times that I knew, what the heck is this? And I had to realize, and I was able to see that something that I thought that was healed within me really wasn't. And I had a different idea and a different picture of what a wound I was looking at, and I was looking at it in a different way.
Right.
And I think because of that experience, I have an opportunity to bring a different kind of healing to it
Yeah.
and to truly let it go and accept for what it is.
And that also puts you out of your comfort zone too.
Yeah. And accepting myself that I still have those moments.
Yeah.
Accepting myself that there are unhealed things in me, and it doesn't make me any less a spiritual person.
Right.
It doesn't make me any less a loving person. It doesn't make me any less who I am. What it does is shine a light on how powerful healing can be, to come to you and to remind you, this little thing that nags at you, why don't you take care of it? Why don't you put a different light on it?
Yeah.
And that's what, to me, stepping out of your comfort zone has the ability to do. Because sometimes things that we got to talk about or face or deal with another person are pretty darn uncomfortable.
Mm.
But when we take care of them, it's no longer uncomfortable. It can provide healing. It can provide love. It can let somebody know you are important enough that Creator says, you know what? I think today I'm going to take you out of your comfort zone a little bit to show you how much I love you, to show you how much I want to help you to grow and to be who you want to be. Does that make sense to any of you? Do we not push our children when we're training them and teaching them things? Do we not push them out of their comfort zone a little bit so they'll learn things? Just wondering, is it possible? Think about it today. When has being pushed out of your comfort zone been an awesome, good thing, even though it hurt?
Something to ponder.
Something to ponder. So today in our chat, it's something to ponder. Are you stepping out of your comfort zone in any way, or do you just say no?
Yeah.
Either way, you can do it either way.
Yeah. And just because you say no today doesn't mean you can't say yes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or the opposite too. If something is too scary, maybe do a smaller thing.
Yeah. And as well, if I had suffered this anxiety on the weekend and had to bow out and not go, that would have been okay too.
That would have been okay too.
Because I know the people that I was going with would have said, if Maggie's bowing out, there must be a reason.
Yeah.
And they would have been loving and kind, and I would have missed out on a great day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if that had happened, it'd still be okay, because we have to remember that everybody heals at their own pace.
Right.
And everybody changes at their own pace. And we need to give people the space and the time that they need to evolve into whatever they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're pushed out of your comfort zone, or when you choose to walk out of your comfort zone, look at it as a good thing. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's okay. So that's kind of my thing for today.
That's it.
Anything you want to add, Bunny, or are you just going to tell them where to find us?
Well, I mean, like always, if they're listening to us on podcast, then they already know how to find us on podcast, but they can always also find us on Facebook. So if they're watching on Facebook, they can find out they can watch us on, listen to us and watch us on podcasts as well. So yes, all the podcasts, wherever podcasts are found, that's where we are. But the most important things is, if you ever want to reach out to us, is going to our website at aboveandbeyond.com or emailing us at aboveandbeyond@gmail.com. And I always want to remind people, because if you're listening before September 15th, get on out there, contact us to write in our Christmas Miracles book. We do still have some space. We're over half. I was going to say sold out, but it's not really selling this time. But we're already half signed up, over half signed up for people already. But we will make room, whatever it is that we need. We will make room for you. So go ahead. And if you don't think you can write an entire chapter, you can always write for our tidbit section, which is a smaller amount. Shorter stories, poems, songs, anything like that. We'll see. We'll take whatever it is that you want to share with us. And yeah, so that's what I have to say for today.
So for today, Tuesday, August 22nd, which would normally be Monday, live chats with Maggie and Bunny. Have a fabulous day. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.